Hello guys, what is up? My name is Dylan. Welcome to the Popcorn Podcast. This is episode number 116. And of course, once again, joined by the man, the myth, the legend himself. Mathew has made his return. Hello, sir.
I'm back with my hot takes, hopefully.
He's basically here to just rage bait everyone, including me.
Yes. But I only ever do it if I truly believe it. I'm not doing it just for the sake of it. If I believe it, then I'll happily voice that opinion.
Yeah, except for the fact that like you say Now You See Me is like the greatest film of all time.
It's not that good, but it's fucking good.
It's like your 5 stars.
It is. I don't think I've got a 5 stars. In my heart, it's 5 stars.
Yeah. But
like my brain can't give it 5 stars. It's 5 stars.
It's a bit like Interstellar, but the reverse. Basically, is what
better, yeah.
Anyhow, let's stop right now. Of course, as you guys will have seen by now, myself and Mathew are going to be talking about The Boys. Now the show has basically wrapped up. It has completed all 5 seasons. The season finale, as of when we're shooting this episode, was earlier this week. Usually with guests, we'd be doing around a quickfire questions, but Mathew has appeared before. So if you want to check out his answers or some of his sort of films that he likes, films that he doesn't like, you can go and do all that, I guess. I'll leave the link to it in the description box below. I think we reviewed Sinners, didn't we?
We did do Sinners last year, just over a year ago, and then obviously end of year 100 episode special.
100 episode special as well, where you can get rage baited a little bit more as well if you want. So here we go. The Boys, guys. Obviously, just a show that has kind of taken the world by storm ever since it sort of came out. I want to say like 2018, 20.
I think I saw it was like 17 years. 7 years in the making.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be more than that. It must be close to 10. Yeah, like 2017 maybe.
Something like that.
I was late to it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't see season 1 when it first came out.
Yeah, same.
Because in New Zealand it didn't exist.
Oh, did it not?
Not really.
No.
I think it was season 2. I was introduced by this really cool billboard.
Yeah.
And it was like, obviously, no. When did Temp V come out? When did they have Temp V? That must have been season 3. Yeah. I think, but it was Butcher, spoilers if you haven't seen season 3, with his like laser eyes coming off the billboard, and then there was like a blown up car on the ground that had like been blown up by the lasers. Yeah. And I was like, that looks sick. Cool, and I needed to find out what show it was. And I went and watched it and I instantly loved it. Yeah,
that's mental. Yeah. It's surprising as well, because obviously Carl Urban and Anthony Starr.
Yeah. I didn't know Anthony Starr was Kiwi. And so I was watching it. First, I was season 1, watching it in the lounge at my parents' house. And I was like, okay, Carl Urban, Kiwi, this is really cool, leading this big show.
Yeah.
And then my mum walks in the room and sees Anthony Starr. I was like, oh, it's the guy from Outrageous Fortune, which is a Kiwi drama show.
Right.
I was like, no, it's not. He's American.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, he's from Outrageous Fortune. And so I Googled him, and it came up with a photo of him dressed normally and not blonde.
Yeah.
And I was like, he looks Kiwi now.
Yeah.
But in obviously his Homelander and his American accent's so good, I was like bewildered that he was actually Kiwi. And I was incredible. Like, damn, so both stars are Kiwi.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm very proud to see. It's very awesome to see them, like I said, when it season 3, maybe not so much season 4, one of the biggest shows on Amazon by far, and both of them Kiwi, so it's really cool.
Absolutely. I mean, there you go. You have a native boy here.
Yeah.
Talking about The Boys. Mathew, when was the first time you watched the show? Did you say, so it was like when season 3?
So probably like just before season 3 came out, I think. I binged like season 1 and 2 right before that, and then went straight into 3, I think.
Yeah. I don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like The Boys as a show feels that is your show.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
No, I feel like you as a personality type. Like you just, I don't know, like.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like when I watch superhero shows and stuff with my girlfriend, like or movies more so, she enjoys them, but I can never get her to watch The Boys. And
just because of how graphic it is.
I think so. She's like, or like the humor. She's like, it's not so much her humor. I'm like, and I've shown her some of the like crazy scenes, like the overly random like termite and things like that, just for like entertainment. I think I did a video of her reacting to them, the worst possible moments.
It's basically a series of you traumatizing your girlfriend.
yeah. It was really fun. She did not love it. But no, I agree. It's definitely a very me coded show.
Sure. Yeah. Did you watch Gen V when it came out?
I did. I
haven't seen Gen V, so
okay.
A lot of some of the stuff that happens towards the end of season 5 is a bit like...
Well, it didn't end up actually meaning anything.
Yeah, I know.
So, but they did really stress that Gen V is going to tie in really tight. So they went from season 3 to Gen V, I think.
Yeah.
And then tied into season 4 a little bit, which then went to Gen V season 2, which was then meant to tie in big to the finale season, which it just didn't. So
I think it's cancelled, isn't it?
Yeah, well, everyone's like, oh, it's cancelled for season 3. And I was like, I don't think they were doing a season 3 because the whole point was to chop it between the boys.
I see.
And the boys was always finishing at 5, so I don't see why it would go any further.
Yeah, worth watching.
I think it's pretty good as a standalone. Like the fact that they try to tie it in too much. Like obviously getting the odd cameo, things like that is really cool to see. But it's quite a well written show, and like it's interesting. It's a different take, obviously, on the boys universe while still having those characters and themes that you like.
Yeah, because I know Anthony Starr, isn't he in it for like one episode, or like he does like a cameo?
Yes, there's a bit when he turns up. I think at the end of season 1.
Right. Yeah, because I just saw this funny video of Anthony Starr basically being lifted up on. Like,
oh yeah.
He's like, fuck me.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Because he hates heights. Yeah. And they just kept lifting him. He's like, that's enough. And it's like, no. And it's such a funny video.
Of course, guys. I'd hope if you're still watching this episode or you're listening to this episode, you have seen the show, because we are going to be talking spoilers. Before we get like right into season 5, why do you think The Boys is such a big phenomenon? Why do you think it's such a successful show? What would you put it down to?
I think that obviously superhero genre is such big for not only like people like us that are big superhero fans, but general audience. Like my girlfriend isn't a big superhero fan like us, but she enjoys that sort of thing. And what The Boys did, it was so different to everything else. Obviously it was R18. That adds a level of it. Other shows like Invincible, I think, are, but it just took that humor. It took great performances, and obviously earlier seasons, especially, really well written. And it was just something different in the superhero genre that hadn't been done yet.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I completely agree. I think not only was it different in terms of like its content and like how sort of hyper stylized, hyper violent it is.
Yeah, first episode.
Yeah, it is also, I think the timing of when it came out was during kind of a time where, you know, it kind of exploded when like season 1 came out and I started watching, I think, after season 2 had come out. And around that time, between season 2 and 3, I think the MCU was kind of at like its sort of oversaturated point.
Yeah, it was in that
so I think there was all this superhero fatigue that was happening in sort of the mainstream media, that people like looked at this show as almost like a palate cleanser or like a refresher.
Yeah.
So I think the timing of it was like, you know, perfect. You know, amongst all these IPs going out, this was the thing that was doing something a bit different. And like, I think like, I would even go as far as say, I think it like completely has like changed superhero storytelling to a certain extent. Like, it's much more darker, much more satirical. I would argue that, you know, the success of The Boys actually led to things like obviously Invincible, Peacemaker. You could argue
Peacemaker definitely has like that similar R18 humor, violence, that sort of thing. Maybe not to the same degree, because it is still like the DC.
Yeah.
Is it DC official DC? It is, but yeah. But it definitely has the same sort of tones and themes that something like The Boys has.
Yeah, definitely. And I even think like it was almost like a blueprint for how the MCU was finally able to bring in Deadpool now, I think. I mean, I think eventually maybe Deadpool would have come in, but like due to the success of The Boys, that showed the MCU that there was an appetite for that kind of hyper violent, hyper like sort of adult superhero kind of content for sure. I also think, like I was thinking about this the other day, I also think that people in general, like us as a society, we have an obsession. We have a sort of subliminal obsession with seeing really fucked up shit. No, but seriously, like we there's an entertainment value out of seeing Homelander do these atrocious things. Obviously, a lot of people just look at that and just turn it off.
We just can't look away.
A lot of like a great majority of people who watch The Boys, I think, are frighteningly entertained by these kind of things.
A little bit sadistic.
So yeah, a little bit. Well, exactly. Yeah, it is. It is.
I agree.
And I think that goes to say a lot about how much we've become desensitized to these kind of things as well. You know. So, but obviously, the show capitalizes on that sort of idea a bit. You okay?
Yeah, I was just trying to move a bit closer for you.
Sure, no worries. But yeah, of course, The Boys. A great show that, you know, has sort of taken the world by storm. Now we're going to be talking a little bit more about season 5 and kind of our thoughts on that. I don't really have a plot synopsis here for season 5. It's kind of the end of the show, so I'm assuming everyone's sort of all caught up to date on it. But on a whole, I think you're much more part of the Boys conversation on especially social media and whatnot. What are your thoughts on season 5 as a whole?
I have been, especially based on all the people in my comments, I'm much more positive on it than a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of people in my comments are saying that they're kind of making it sound like I've said it's the best version of The Boys we've seen. It's some of the best writing we've seen. And by no means do I think that is. I think it's my second least favorite season of the 5.
After 4.
After 4, yeah.
4, I think.
4 dropped off
really
quite badly, narratively, and the way things are written and things like that. I think 5 was a little bit of a step up. I did like the finale a lot more than a lot of some other people. So that definitely helps it ahead of, say, season 4. But no, it's not the levels that it was at season 3, season 1, even season 2. But I do think a lot of people are overreacting a lot.
What are they saying? Because I actually have no idea what the discourse is on.
Like, a lot of the people, like how poorly written it is, and how one person was commenting, they're like, name one character that ended season 5 in a different place than they started, like, all the seasons. And I was like, Butcher's dead, for one. Huey changed massively since season 1.
Yeah.
Homelander depowered and dead. Yeah. Sister Sage finally got what she always wanted of, like, not being burdened by her intelligence anymore. MM's back with his family. Frenchie dead. A lot of the other deaths, like that sort of thing. So I'm like, I don't see how you can say... Kimiko, yeah, obviously lost Frenchie, but has come a lot more, like, happier within the place she started when they found her originally. And is now off in, like, France. And yes, I don't think it's written perfectly by any means. There's definitely flaws. There's definitely issues. Yeah. But the person that commented, like, name one person that's in a different place than when the season started or whatever, I'm like, yeah, everyone's in a different place pretty much, other than maybe Starlight's in a slightly different headspace.
I agree to an extent with what you're saying, and I definitely don't agree with all of what he's saying. The dead thing is like, the question is, you can agree, were they different before they died?
Oh no, I know, so, I understand that. I'm just saying, oh, they're dead. So
no, I know. Yeah. I actually think that the most underrated and more overlooked arc of the boys is A-Train.
Yeah,
A-Train's arc was like brilliant. Like the secret kind of like, you know, I thought his character was like was one of the best written characters from the start versus the end. I think, and obviously season 5 kicked the first episode off was like this big episode, you know, where Homelander's there, and then they finally have this chase scene. Yeah. And, you know, at the end, he kind of like says it how it is to Homelander and snaps his neck.
And the fact that during that chase scene, the whole reason why he got caught and injured is because he was not willing to run through a woman. Which is obviously what he did in the very first episode to Robin. So like that shows how much he had changed. And then that caused him directly to die. Because otherwise he probably could have outrun Homelander if he wasn't worried about running straight through a woman.
Exactly. I also think that scene was a really great scene as well. Because I think like, you know, through the majority of the show, one of the great things about Homelander is the idea of what he can do, but never quite showing it. Yes, you get these moments where, you know, he blows up a plane, or he like he slaps someone's ears, or he like punches through someone's face, or like you know, he's obviously we see the violence there, but a lot of the time it's like just him being in the room. Yeah, you have no idea and that's the scary part.
You don't know when he's gonna snap. Yeah, you know what he's capable of. But yet he still manages to surprise you like every time. Well,
exactly. But when he was chasing A-Train, I was kind of a bit like the superhero fan in me was like, oh my god, yeah, we're finally getting getting like he's actually properly going after it. Yeah. It was just a similar kind of situation to when we see him fight Butcher and Soldier Boy in Hero Gasm. I'm like, oh my god, he's actually throwing bangs, he's throwing punches and stuff. I was like, this is amazing. But yeah, I think kind of as a whole for season 5, for me, season 4 for me is easily the weakest season, without a doubt. Yeah. I think because I caught up on season 4 in prep to get to season 5, and I was like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, this is a bit like all of especially coming off, I think my favorite season, which was season 3.
Same.
And going into season 5, I think I had a strong start. I think the majority of the middle portion was, for me, I felt like was a little like kind of like meandering a little bit. Like the whole kind of plot was they were trying to get the
virus,
yeah, the virus, and then also Homelander was trying to obtain V1, which is obviously the original version, which is basically going to make him immortal. But I think for me, like all of that stuff in the end doesn't actually really matter that much, because like the immortality doesn't matter, because like obviously he gets it 2 episodes before the finale, and then the next 2 episodes is, for me, not enough time to revel in the idea of his immortality, because then they just come up with another thing now. Give Kimiko the power to take away, give the Soldier Boy power to her. And then it's just like, oh, okay, cool. I will say, like, I enjoy watching The Boys just because it's The Boys. You know, like, it's like, you're always entertained by these kind of things. And again, like, going back to what we were saying at the start, the idea that we kind of weirdly enjoy a lot of the things, like what's his name gets a flipping eel up in his like arsehole. So, like, it's
the
crazy thing. But I do think, like, as much as I acknowledge that, I do think a lot of the time in, like, especially season 4 and 5, the shock value of the show, I think I've got to a point where I'm not quite buying it as like good writing anymore. Like with the first 3 seasons,
it's like shock value for the sake of shock value, because that's what people are expecting,
right? Yeah,
and especially when there's been a lot of interviews of, I think, Anthony Starr and stuff being like, oh, you thought this season was crazy, like wait till what we're doing next season,
right? Yeah,
and then it came around, I'm like, well, comparatively, that probably wasn't. It kind of built it up to be just like you said for the sake of it, as opposed to early on where it was like genuinely shocking.
Exactly, and like the shocks and the story and the plot were much more embedded with each other. Whereas now, I think it's just like there'll be like a couple of like I feel like a lot of the characters, their arcs and them as characters are very circular and very quite repetitive. So I'm like, I've seen these kind of storylines before. We're not really progressing the characters much anymore, but the shock value is still there, so it still feels like The Boys, if that makes sense. Yeah. Because of I feel like the repetitive, almost meandering nature of the show. A lot of the stuff like happens towards the end. For example, Frenchie's death. I didn't care. I really didn't. I wasn't really that affected by it. Like I felt like almost it kind of lost the meta like sort of perspective that it had, and it became a little overly sentimental for me. Yeah. I'm like, I would have never expected a show you would kind of make fun of these kind of tropes, to then like have a scene where like Kimiko is like seeing the ghost of Frenchie, and I'm just
seeing his Force ghost. Yeah,
I'm just like, what? Like, yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it derails the whole show or anything, but I feel like there's an element of season 5 that kind of lost what made those first 3 seasons so great. Like the blend of those kind of things.
I think one reason why, like you said, I maybe didn't care as much about Frenchie's death is, one, I always thought he was going to die. So I was kind of like prepared in a way and it didn't shock me. And two, partially just because he is such a shit person in real life that I was like, yeah, cool, you did. Like his character. Yeah. And then I think Kimiko, when he died, did very well. Her character thing. I know a lot of people are complaining that you didn't see what Homelander did, how he killed him and stuff. Some people thought he died from the radiation instead of actually Homelander. Yeah. And then there was like a BTS photo, did you see it, of like of Anthony Starr? They were like laughing and he was like pretending to like cut his stomach with his finger because that's all it takes for him. Yeah. They're like, I don't want to find out how Frenchie dies like in a BTS photo. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, but that's part of what, like you said, Homelander, you never know what he's going to do. Yeah. You do see the atrocity sometimes, but in the sense of like, if you're in a room with him and you're just terrified because he could do anything, and the fact that you didn't see it, but because he just doesn't have to prove himself anymore in a way.
It's like what you can't see is scarier, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like in Jaws, you know. Yeah, no, Steven Spielberg, one of your favorite movies.
There you go. Yeah.
Favorite guys, like
someone's been watching the. Yeah, no, for sure, definitely. Speaking of Homelander, let's talk about Homelander then, because obviously, come at no surprise, one of the greatest fictional villains of all time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Obviously, everyone before this has like Heath Ledger's Joker up there. And obviously I do as well, but a lot of people, and I'm one of them, I think Homelander, Anthony Starr, is right up there with him, if not overtaking him slightly, because obviously what Heath Ledger did was just 1 2.5 hour movie sort of thing, whereas Homelander has had like 5 seasons now to really give those performances week in, week out, and have more time to like soak into the character in a way. Yeah,
like we do have different experiences of the character, for sure. I think... yeah, Anthony Starr, like obviously from season 1, when you first see him, he's like just an instantly iconic character. Like the way he looks, the American flag, as you can see, guys, I tried a little bit, and obviously we got the
red, white, and blue, baby.
Yeah, the lights going on as well. Yeah, instantly iconic. Anthony Starr is like, again, like fantastic, and like he's almost. I mean, he, also just amongst social media, the meme that character has become, basically,
absolutely
is like, you should say the memes about me, you know, like yeah, such a brilliant part of the show. But I also do feel like, I think if anything, what kind of has shown me about The Boys is I don't think The Boys works without Homelander. No, I think I think
it's a lot weaker without him. Without a lot of them.
Yeah. I think it's in the first couple of seasons there was still plot that was invested in. That was a little bit separate from Homelander. Obviously, the main goal of them was to always get to Homelander, but like you could watch these characters interact and have these kind of fine side quests and stuff, and I'd still be enjoying it. Whereas, like when you get past sort of the end of season 3, season 4, season 5, I'm like, the show's not really a show without Anthony Starr's Homelander. Like every time he's on screen, I'm back in. Like, I'm locked back in.
Even everyone that I've seen has been very negative on season 5. Yeah. The one thing they will say is Anthony Starr absolutely carries it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed, funnily enough, I really enjoyed his like little side quests with Soldier Boy.
Oh yeah, like father and son. Yeah. I think they're hilarious together. Yeah.
One thing I was, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm constantly complaining, but one thing I did think of was there is a slither of like empathy that Homelander shows in one scene. I don't know if it's empathy. Maybe it's just a free pass mistaken for empathy.
Oh right, the guy working in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I should start with that.
Nah. Yeah. But yeah, I do remember him letting someone go, but I could not picture the scene.
Yeah. So
the movie theater guy.
Yeah, there is a slither of like almost empathy there with Homelander, where he actually like listens to Paul Reiser speak, and he's like, I know you're gonna kill me, but I don't hate you, and like, you know, and I was always waiting for him to be like really chill, and then like kill him at the end,
which is what he
usually does.
You'd expect from him, absolutely. Yeah.
But he actually was, for a moment, like got the feeling of like this warm fuzziness that for the first time in his life there was actually someone who was really recognizing him or like listening to him in a way that nobody else has, and then he let him go. And I was like, I don't think the character is going to be redeemed, but I do think there was like a moment there that I would have potentially liked to have seen expanded on just a little bit more, like ask the question a little bit more. And I don't want to say like I wanted Homelander to become this tragic hero who learns empathy and then goes back to becoming some crazy maniac. But something like there was one scene, and I was like, that's the most interesting question that this season has asked yet for me. But then like in the next episode, it just sort of reverts back. And I do think also one of the things with the writing and in general, what we've been hearing since, again, like the end of season 3, season 4, season 5, is the idea of Homelander basically just wants to be loved, and he was. But it's like every single episode, it's like we have a character like, oh, you just want to be loved, and you're just a baby, and you're just. And I'm just like, yeah, but we've already gone through.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did repeat it quite a lot, and it'd be like, is he like, I can hear your heartbeat. You're terrified or whatever. And Firecracker being like, no, I'm not. I'm just. Yeah. They did repeat that quite a bit.
Yeah. Yes, I think the performance is great, but I do think we're really squeezing the towel dry here with Homelander in terms of like, I don't know how much more progression there was with that character, if that makes sense. That's my only complaint there with Homelander. But on a whole, I agree. Like, he will go down as one of the great fictional villains.
Oh, undoubtedly.
From a TV show. I think Anthony Starr is Homelander. Like,
I can't think of anyone else that does it as well as he.
Right.
And I didn't know who he was before that, so it really shows.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it? It's casting someone who is, I mean, I'm sure he's probably known better in New Zealand.
Yeah.
But like,
well, not by me, but
But like definitely like in a Western audiences, like casting someone completely unknown and
Mm-hmm.
seeing them completely take a character and like push it into like the stratosphere, basically.
Yeah.
And that goes to show, like, you know, Hollywood, like, you don't cast the same people in every single role. Like, give people a new chances of creating a character and making that character iconic. And this is like a perfect example of that.
Even someone like Carl Urban, he's been in so many franchises, but just as like that minor character or a really poorly written character.
Yeah.
But you give him like this platform to actually, you know, show something and show what he's capable of besides the terrible English accent.
But it's still
and like
his thing, isn't it?
But exactly, it becomes more of a meme and more his character personified kind of. But it just showed he actually is capable of doing a lot 100%. More than just that little background character in like Thor Ragnarok and things like that.
100%. I think it's like the biggest like unknown with actors is the what if. Like, what if they, you know, it's all about casting, it's all about the right roles, and I think The Boys definitely goes to show that. Homelander, though, in your opinion, what do you think the worst thing Homelander has ever done is?
The plane's pretty bad.
The plane is
pretty bad. Kamiko's brother wasn't great. I mean, Becca's not great.
Yeah.
I mean, just naturally.
Yeah, I think like on a moral level, that's obviously the what.
Yeah, morally,
but the worst thing. But in terms of like the actual literal things that we see in the show, what do you think the worst
like
thing?
Lasering the audience? Or was that just the?
Was that in his head?
No, that was just the vision, wasn't it? Yeah, because everyone wanted that.
Yeah. So I've got down.
Oh no, he killed that one dude though during.
Yeah, he did. The protester. Yeah.
Yes.
So I've got down. He deafened a blind superhero.
Oh yeah, that's so, that's when he clapped, like you were saying.
That's actually insane. Like that. Can you imagine? You might as well die. Like you.
He was probably sitting there like, I wish he just killed me.
Yeah. I think another thing he did, he had his fans murdered to create division between the Starlighters. Do you remember? They won the competition,
and it was
like Deep and
Mother's Milk's wife's husband. Or new dude. He was like a massive Homelander fan.
Yeah.
And he got invited to that.
Yeah. Mental.
I think deafening the blind guy's still winning so far.
He forces that woman who's suicidal to jump off the roof.
Oh, that was a great scene, but so fucked up.
That's mental. That was actually like.
She's like, "Oh, you're here to save me." No, jump.
Yeah, and then she wasn't gonna do it, and then he was like, "Yeah, it's fucked." Yeah, began a relationship with Stormfront. a literal known Nazi.
To be fair, he shares a lot of those beliefs.
For sure.
So I don't think in the scheme of him, that's that bad.
And obviously the trans-oceanic Flight 37 disaster, obviously from season 1, I think it was.
Yeah, season 1.
That's...
With Maeve and that. That was, I think... Because I think that's not episode 1, is it?
No, episode 1 is when he lasers the private... I think it's like the private jet of was it like the US... senators in the jet.
It's
the first time you see him.
That's when you realize, oh wait, he's not like a superhero. He is, but he's not like a hero. That's when you realize there's something a bit fucked up about him.
But yeah, like genuinely one of the great villains we have. In terms of the other characters, let's talk about the deep. Let's talk about
the peak, as people say.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a more pathetic character on screen. Like fun, hilariously pathetic, but like pathetic nonetheless. I did read that one of the main complaints online is like, oh, like Starlight didn't have her like, sort of like, the fight was, you know, she should have been the one to like kill him kind of thing.
I see something like that. Like, I was like, maybe I would have rather she did it. But then she was also when they first crashed there, she was trying to like give him a second chance and say, you don't have to do this.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like she didn't want to be the one to, she didn't want that revenge.
Yeah.
But I would have liked to see her like just fully get her revenge, kill him, be the one to kill him.
Was Sam Jackson one of the sharks?
Sam Jackson was a
like
shark in the second last episode. So then when he did die by being in the ocean, because he's like, don't you fucking come back in this ocean. I really wanted Sam Jackson to come back and be the one. and then I was like, I guess I could only afford him for one episode. That was it. I was watching it and I was like, that's Sam Jackson. Like, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Hilarious. I think the Deep as well. One of the fucked up things that Homelander made the Deep do was eat his friend.
Timothy his octopus,
Oh my god.
And he's just like, and it's still alive as well, and he's like trying not to throw up as he's like stomaching his best mate.
So it's insane, it's crazy. And then he kills like Tilda Swinton as well.
Yeah, Tilda Swinton, his octopus girlfriend.
It's just
that's a fucked up scene, him having sex with an octopus.
Yeah.
And it's Tilda Swinton.
Mad shit.
See, that was one of the critiques I've seen a lot of people having with Starlight and Deep and how he died. And they're like, so obviously in the second to last episode, Sam Jackson's like, don't fucking come back in the ocean or we're going to kill you. Starlight doesn't know that. So everyone's like, why would she take him to the beach when that's like where he's strongest? And I was like, well, first of all, how many movies do you see where like a superhero that can fly tackles another one away, and because they're like fighting, they crash land somewhere. And she hasn't like purposely taken him to the beach. And then also everyone's like, he's literally strongest in the water. I'm like, he can talk to fish. He doesn't get stronger by being in the water. He's not Percy Jackson. He's not Katara, like water bending. Like, okay, the fish, and they're like, oh, the fish could have helped him. How are they helping him on the beach? But I also would have liked to see her be the one to like blind him or blow his head up with light, or I don't know what she could have done. But
there's who was it? So there's obviously Ryan, who gets a shit beaten out of him in mid-season.
Yeah, that photo, and everyone's like, who's he beating the shit out of? Because we got that marketing photo, and then it turned out to be Ryan. And he just disappeared.
And then there was like an Invincible type moment at the end where he helps Butcher. I haven't seen Invincible, by the way. I'm just guess. Where he helps Butcher, and the two of them are like literally like kicking the shit, or they're trying to kick the shit out of Homelander. Yeah,
because he realized that Kimiko has Soldier Boy's powers, because they obviously, Frenchie told him when they were dying, and I didn't even know if it was true or not, to be fair. And then so he sees that Kimiko really does have the power, and you saw he was quite scared, so he went to fly away. And then just Ryan comes in and tackles him, because obviously, I mean, if he had flew, none of them can fly after him. So that was like, everyone was like, oh, it's shit writing because Ryan's meant to be the one to kill him all along, and he just disappeared the whole season, which I do agree, it was weird that he was gone basically the whole season, but I was glad that he came back and helped out.
There was a moment, I think, during the mid kind of seasons that I thought that the show was almost gearing Ryan up to be like, Homelander's gonna die at some point soon, and then Ryan's actually gonna be like a sadistic fuck. Like, there was a moment, there was definitely a question there, but again, like season 5, they kind of just like have him throw him in like the old episode when just it's so kind of convenient. He was
talking to Zoe. I was like, why is he talking to Zoe? But no, I was glad that they didn't just completely write him out, and he did come back and help. And then I also did like how Butcher's like, oh, like we can, your mum will be really happy for us to like go start a life now. He's like, I don't fucking want anything to do with you. And I liked that he still didn't want anything to do with Butcher. Like, he obviously knows his dad was a sadistic bastard and he needed to be killed or like put a stop to him. But he also knows that Butcher is kind of on that same level.
Yeah.
And he's not a good guy by any means just because he did the right thing.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't go and like play happy families with him now.
I hate asking this question, but I do feel like the show does not leave open-ended questions, but doesn't conclude some characters' plots. For example, like Soldier Boy is still in the...
Yeah.
Again, he's still
a lot of people had I had an issue with that too. I wanted to see Soldier Boy in the finale.
Right, yeah.
But I don't agree with it, but I know why they're doing it. It's because of Vought Rising's coming out.
I don't know what this is. What
Vought Rising is because that's what, at the very start of this episode you said like, oh, The Boys is done. I'm like, well, there's like 2 fucking new shows coming out, but Vought Rising is the prequel show that they're releasing. I think this year.
Yeah.
Trailer came out the other day, or not officially, but and it's about Soldier Boy in the original and the V1 experiments and Frederick Vought and how he came up with all that stuff. And so it's his like the guy that had the V1 in this season, who was originally from his team.
Like Bomb Squad?
Yeah, something like that. Who's the guy from Stranger Things. Like, it's all those people set in, like, the 50s and the rise of
That's
war.
quite cool.
So that's why I think they're doing it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, you don't know what's happened to him. And because I think it was Charlie said, like, what's the bet? Because he's now been frozen in real time. And obviously, Stan Edgar's come back in at Vought. That they're going to jump between 1950s and modern day. And it's Vought rising at the beginning and Vought, like, re-rising now.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that. But it was disappointing because Soldier Boy is just so hilarious.
He is. He's such a cool character.
Yeah.
Like, he's just...
Jensen Ackles is so good as he's anti-Captain America.
Yeah. No, definitely. I know that a lot of the show this season was given to Firecracker as well. I think they try to give her character some legs and almost have this kind of tragic sort of kind of arc where she started off as this kind of right-wing podcaster.
Massively, yeah.
You know, and then slowly but surely kind of was realizing that the system in place was not what she thought it was. And I think it raises an interesting question with, like, in general, the critique of The Boys is the fact that the show is actually less about the characters and more about these systems in place.
Yeah.
And now the idea that, Homelander's dead, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be another Homelander who rises up eventually.
Yeah, because especially with, like, Stan Edgar back in charge of Vought, and a lot of people saying, like, Homelander's dead, but, like, what's stopping them just making another one?
Right, yeah.
And they can. It's not like they killed every soup or got rid of Compound V or anything like that. Like, there is that system still in place where it could just restart from thinking, and maybe they'll soft reboot to The Boys universe in 5 years when they really need some money.
Yeah, no, for sure. But, I mean, in general, I think... as a whole, for the show, like, I'm grateful that we got this show. This is one of the, like, it's a fantastic show that I've genuinely really, really enjoyed watching and wincing at and laughing at. And it's been a real ride. And I think, like, I still enjoyed season 5 as a whole. I think, they stuck the landing. I think they definitely stuck the landing there. And
especially where you see where episode 7 ended. Yeah. And you're like, this is the penultimate episode. There's only like an hour of left. How are they going to wrap all that up? Like, it did not feel like the second to last episode. Yeah. And I agree with the people that are saying that. So I was like, they're going to really have to stick the landing and wrap up the finale to make this like a somewhat redeemable season. Yeah. Because episode 7, I was like, this is not the end next week. Yeah. And I feel they did do a decent job of wrapping that up pretty well. Yeah, I think so. I think it could have easily had the Game of Thrones route. In the that's what so many people have been saying. They're like, this is as bad as Game of Thrones. No. Stranger Things. I think it was like Umbrella, How I Met Your Mother. And I was like, that's why I'm saying, like, I think people are overreacting. I don't think it's the best Boys. But if you're trying to compare it to Game of Thrones, one of the worst seasons of final season television ever, you're delusional. Yeah. Or one guy was trying to tell me how Stranger Things was the best thing ever. And I was like, you realize people had to invent a made-up 9th episode to cope with how the season actually ended. Yeah. So I was like, there's no way you say that is better than the final season of The Boys. Yeah, sure. On a whole, looking back at season 5, are there some elements that you feel like could have made the season better? Like, so like the way you're processing it now, you're like, oh my God, this is one of the greatest shows or do you think that it is one of the greatest shows of all time? What do you think keeps it from being one of the greatest shows of all time? I think the final 2 seasons, where it does drop off in quality, it drops off in writing. Yeah. It's not bad by any means, but it's not at the level that season 1, season 3, and even season 2 are at. So that definitely hurts. And if you had 5 seasons at the average level of 1 to 3, I think it would be one of the best shows of all time. I agree. Because I think that's what something like Invincible has done, where it has I think that's probably the worst season of that is like season 2. Right. And even that is so much better than so many other shows. Sure. It has that consistent, well-written narrative. Yeah. So I think that the last 2 seasons let it down somewhat. It's still up there as one of my favorites, and I'll always enjoy it. Like I said, it's a very me-coded show. And luckily, the final season didn't hurt it for me as much as it has for some other people. Left a very sour taste in their mouth. So I'll definitely like be coming back to it, but it's not the best show of all time that I'm going to have up there.
Sure. But at least we get Homelander out of it.
Exactly.
Sure. There you go, guys. So, guys, that was our thoughts on season 5 as a whole for The Boys. What did you guys think of the final season? Were you disappointed by it? Did you love it? Let us know. Of course, now myself and Matthew are going to go into some games.
Yep.
Now, word on the street has it that Matthew actually has some games for me.
I do have some
How
games.
many games do you have?
I have 2 games.
2 games.
Two games
Okay, fine. So maybe I'll go one, you go one, I'll go one.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, cool. So, since we are doing, of course, an episode on The Boys, let's kick this off with who's the best character from The Boys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like we kind of.
Okay.
But it's the journey that matters.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Just put that one right at the end. So then we. Yeah.
Okay, so who is the best character from The Boys? The Deep or A-Train?
Like you were saying, A-Train's redemption, but I think the peak just.
The peak.
Overall, 5 seasons is just hilarious.
The Deep or Sister Sage?
The Deep.
The Deep or Firecracker?
Firecracker's that, but you're not beating the Deep with Firecracker.
The Deep or Victoria Newman?
The Deep.
The Deep or Stormfront?
I know a lot of people don't like Stormfront. I thought she was like it was interesting, but it's the Deep.
The Deep or Madeline Stillwell?
Oh, she wasn't around long enough. The Deep. She was good when she was in though, season 1 and that, but
she was.
Yeah.
The Deep or Stan Edgar?
Again, he's not in it enough. The Deep.
It's just the aura, isn't it? That
Guy
comes in.
When he comes in, exactly, and it's just like he just comes in, pops up. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
And then he just disappears again.
Yeah.
It really is like obviously Madeline Stillwell was the main person, and then he was the man in the shadows.
Yeah.
Like, and he gave that sort of that aura, like you said.
For sure, he's just amazing at just shutting Homelander up.
Yeah.
He's the one person he can't do anything.
Exactly.
The Deep or Ashley?
I'm gonna go Ashley.
Yeah,
I like Ashley. Yeah,
Ashley's a great character,
and she survived 5 seasons, which is so impressive. Yeah, and I'm going Ashley.
Ashley or Ryan?
Ashley.
Ashley or Mother's Milk?
Just Ashley. I like Mother's Milk a lot, but Ashley just edges it.
Ashley or Frenchie?
Ashley.
Ashley or Black Noir?
Which one?
The OG.
The OG. Ashley.
Ashley or Queen Maeve?
Ashley. I liked her when she was in it, but she obviously ran away.
Yeah. Ashley or Kimiko?
Ashley.
Ashley or Starlight?
Ashley.
Wow. Ashley or Huey?
I like Huey. I think Ashley's a better character.
Ashley or Billy Butcher?
Butcher.
And finally, we know it's coming.
Yeah.
Billy Butcher or Homelander?
Homelander
wins.
Yeah, absolutely. There was no. You had to put him last.
You had to put him last.
Because if you put him first, he's just keeping it the whole way, and there's no question about it.
Make it interesting, but
he is without a doubt the best. Yeah.
Shout out to Ashley though. She put up a good fight.
She did put up a good fight. When you said Ashley, I was like, I wouldn't have thought of that, but that's right up there.
Well, there you go. That was game number 1. Do you want to debut your game? I have no idea what you're gonna pull out for me. I'm like,
so obviously both. As we said, Carl Urban and Angie Starr are Kiwis. So I've come up with 2 Kiwi-themed games for you.
Okay.
Because,
Because I know so much about New Zealand.
It's all right. You can either guess or...
I can learn from it. Yeah.
Okay, so the first game, this is fake soup or real Kiwi wildlife.
Oh, okay.
So it's either going to be a superhero that's not actually in The Boys, but, sounds like it could be.
Sure.
Or it's a real animal creature from New Zealand or in New Zealand law.
Okay, so I'm basically guessing whether or not these things exist in New Zealand.
Exactly.
Okay, cool, gotcha.
This is fake superhero or real Kiwi wildlife.
Let's go.
First up, Tuatara.
Tuatara. The way you said it sounds too natural for it to be fake, so I think it's true.
It is true. It's a very famous lizard.
How do you say it? Tuatara?
Tuatara. Yeah.
Okay.
Taniwha.
Taniwha.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Taniwha.
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 I feel like it's there's something there, but you might have twisted it, so it sounds like something else, but it's not.
It's real. Technically, it's a mythological creature, but it is a very real New Zealand thing.
New Zealand, okay.
But it's not like something you could actually go and see in the
Interesting.
Thing. It's a mythological Maori dragon.
Okay.
Water dragon.
Cool.
Yeah. But when you asked me to spell it, obviously I instantly knew, but I was like looking at my phone to try to be like, I don't know how to spell it. Silver Tucker.
Silver Tucker.
Silver Tucker. Taka.
Taka. Silver Tucker. I think that's fake because you just added silver.
It is fake. No, it's completely fake. There's no such thing as a taco.
Okay.
Dotterel.
Dotterel. That's fake.
It's real.
Oh, wow.
Kiwi bird. It's a little tiny bird. It's like dotterel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little tiny bird.
Interesting.
Iron plover.
That's fake.
That is fake. When I read that one back, I was like, that one's so bad. That one's so clearly fake. Fangull. Like vampire fangs, seagull. Like fangull.
Fangull. It sounds like Fanghorn Forest from Lord of the Rings. And Peter Jackson is New Zealand. Fangull. That's fake.
It is fake.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 more. Lamprey.
Lamprey.
That's
fake.
It's real. It's another Kiwi bird. Bristleback.
That's fake.
It is fake.
Yeah.
I thought that one sounds quite real.
It does very real.
Kakapo.
That's true.
That is true. It's another bird. I think it won Bird of the Year.
Bird of the Year.
We have a lot of birds.
Kakabird.
We have a lot of birds that don't exist anywhere else as well, so that's why. And finally, fake soup or real Kiwi wildlife, tomtit.
That's real.
That is real. It's another bird.
Yeah. I know, because I know blue tit is a thing.
True. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you did pretty well there. You got
all right. Yeah.
I'd say you got Tanifar wrong. So I think you got like 8. 8 right there. That's pretty good.
Very nice. All right. Okay. My game number 2.
Yep.
Mathew, last time you were here and when we did a solo episode when we reviewed Sinners, we played a little game where you rage baited people called Sauce or No Sauce Director's Edition. I've got a new lineup for you, sir.
Okay, cool.
So this is Sauce or No Sauce Director's Edition.
Oh, directors again, okay.
So up first we've got Guillermo del Toro.
Oh no, he's got sauce.
Okay,
yeah.
Sauce.
Pan's Labyrinth and stuff yeah.
Emerald Fennell.
No sauce. Especially Wuthering Heights.
M. Night Shyamalan.
No sauce. He's so overrated. And I will never forgive him for Atla. So,
fine.
No sauce.
Park Chan-wook.
From what I haven't seen as much as I should, but from what I've seen, sauce.
Bro, that guy's so
exactly. I still need to see No Other Choice.
The transition. I've never seen transitions like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolute sauce.
Nia DaCosta.
I didn't like the 28...
Bone Temple.
It was a Bone Temple she did. That was probably the better one. What else has she done?
Candyman. The Marvels.
No sauce.
Sorry. I was trying not to say that. But...
I didn't realize that was her. Yeah, no sauce.
Sean Baker.
Oh, yeah, sauce.
Luca Guadagnino.
I wasn't high on challenges.
Interesting. Okay.
Haven't seen Queer. From what I've seen, no sauce.
Chloe Zhao.
Chloe Zhao's good. Yeah, sauce. Chloe Zhao's very solid.
Alex Garland.
Civil War. What else?
Ex Machina, Annihilation, Men.
Yeah, I think Annihilation's also very underrated sauce.
And finally, Sam Raimi.
Oh, damn, I was really hoping it was someone else. Sauce. Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man 1, 2.
Yeah.
Absolute sauce. Even I really quite what was the one he recently did? Send Help. I liked Send Help. It was really good. Yeah. It was not what I expected either.
Yeah. You know what's really interesting? I don't know if I had this conversation with you, because when I played this with like Pan once, it's completely down to what the person defines as sauce.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So for example, like if you want like my answers for this. So Guillermo del Toro, I think he used to have more sauce.
Definitely.
But I think he's still got sauce.
But like he's not at the Pan's Labyrinth level anymore, I'd say.
Correct.
He's not doing that sort of stuff.
Yeah. But I think the sauce comes from like the design of the world, like the costumes and the makeup and all that. That's like nobody else is quite doing that.
Yeah.
Emerald Fennell, I think people will think she has sauce, but I don't think she does. I think Linus Sandgren, her cinematographer, has sauce.
Yes.
But she doesn't. Reason why? Watch Promising Young Woman. It's like the most blandly shot, like it's just nothing. Basically. And I also think, like you said, Wuthering Heights almost like exposed the fact that there was actually nothing quite there.
Yeah. And I wasn't the biggest on Saltburn either.
Right, yeah. Saltburn is her most saucy film.
Yes.
Like
for sure.
But like again, I think that's more on the cinematography. M. Night Shyamalan, no sauce, no explanation needed. Park Chan-wook is give me more.
He's dripping in sauce.
Nia DaCosta, I think, has something, but I think she's worked in studios and systems where her creative flair has not really been able to flourish that much.
I feel like you got to see a lot more of it in the Bone Temple, and people Like, that's why people loved it so much as well.
Exactly.
And I'm not as high on that franchise as everyone else, but that is one of the better ones for sure.
Exactly. Sean Baker, I don't think has sauce. I think he's I think he's a fantastic filmmaker. I don't think he has like...
He's not doing anything that little bit extra and different.
Oh, I think, I mean, his stories are very personal and whatnot, but then it's not like... What I mean by sauce is like... He has that like extra something.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
You know, like I don't think there's anything particularly... special
like other
about the way he
people
directs.
could have made his films,
right,
and done pretty.
Like he could, if he wrote a script and gave it to another director, the film would still be great.
Yeah.
So I feel like him being a director doesn't necessarily, like, at least on a.
He's not putting his stamp on it enough for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
like
I see that
signature kind of thing there. Luca Guadagnino, I think, is very like it's all sauce. I think Challenges is all sauce. Like it's all like these like crazy like it's for him. I think he's a very like kind of a literal director in the sense of like a lot of the storytelling is done through like the ways people's body looks and things like that. Like in Call Me by Your Name, it's like in the glances. It's like in Challenges, it's like the sweat and the sexual tension. All of that stuff is embedded in that. That's why I would say sauce.
I think I just had not a bad taste in my mouth because I didn't dislike Challenges. But I just didn't have it as rated as much as everyone else. So I just was like, instantly I was just like, Challenges.
Yeah, first. Chloe Zhao, I don't think has sauce. I think she's a good director. I just don't think she has sauce.
I kind of see what you're saying in the same way as what you were saying about Sean Baker.
Right, yeah.
Very good at what she's doing.
Exactly.
In the movies she's made, but I see what you're saying about that like extra stamp of her that you see in the film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alex Garland is someone also I'm on the fence because I think he's a great like writer, but I think him as like a director is still like quite cold and quite calculated. And again, because I think you don't have sauce doesn't mean I don't think you're a good director. I think you can be a great director and not have sauce. So I think Sam Raimi's all sauce.
Yeah.
Like you look at look at Spider-Man, a huge studio film. He's still managing to put that like Evil Dead in those films. It's crazy. I think Sam Raimi's all sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was sauce or no sauce. There you go. Do you want to go into your second game? Another Kiwi themed.
It is another Kiwi themed. This one is The Boys themed as well.
Ooh,
yes.
okay.
So, like I said, the two stars are Anthony Starr and Carl Urban. This one's called KIWI. So we're going to recast the boys' characters using other famous Kiwis.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a famous person from New Zealand and you have to say what character they would be.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I can do that.
So you said it earlier, Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi, translucent.
Translucent, yeah. I could see him as like a, like almost like I mean, that's probably just Jojo Rabbit, like the female Stormfront from that Nazi era. Because he just did that so comedically.
Yeah.
But translucent, you know, in
I
dies
think him as
out.
Yeah.
True. One of your favorite movies, Sam Neill.
Sam Neill. Oof. Sam Neill. Who could Sam Neill be? Oh, that's a good one. Sam Neill.
I think.
Like Huey's dad. No.
I think it's just the older part of it.
I think he could play the doctor who created Homelander.
Oh, yep.
I feel like
the one that raised him. That he went back and visited.
Yeah. Or he could play. Yeah, he could play Starlight's dad. Mm-hmm. He could play.
It's a lot of people's dads. I'd say the theme of here.
But if we're talking like, could he play Stan Edgar? I just don't think anyone but Giancarlo.
Yeah,
could do that.
I think he ruins that for anyone. It's like how no one else can play.
Or the president. Maybe he could play the president. Yeah. That would be quite fun.
Jermaine Clement, Boris the Animal in Men in Black 3.
Men in Black.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can go with that.
Yeah.
It's a big guy.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Black Noir, but no.
I could see him as the one from this season, the writer that like eats the dirt, the worm dude that built the tunnel for them.
Oh yeah.
I could see him as that.
Oh yeah. I could think. Oh yeah. Fairs.
Julian Dennison.
Who's Julian Dennison?
The big dude from Deadpool 2, the kid.
Oh
yeah. Hunt for the Wilder People. Yeah. Also Sam Neill.
Yeah.
Julian Dennison.
Lol, Ryan, imagine.
Right.
He could play Starlight's right-wing brother.
Timuera Morrison.
Okay, Timuera Morrison. Ooh. Let's go.
What's the like most Boba Fett-esque character?
Well, it's like it's Black Noir.
I reckon he could be like A-Train's older brother.
Sure.
You know his brother that he's like.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, we'll do last one because I don't know if you know the other ones. KJ Upper.
Who is
Riverdale.
I've never seen Riverdale.
Archie from Riverdale.
No,
I think he would.
Is he the ginger guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he's not in real life, but he's in that.
Yeah.
I think he would be really good as the Deep.
Yeah, he would.
I think he would because he's that pretty boy, like Chase Crawford.
Yeah.
Girls love him, And I think he would just be absolutely hilarious in that sort of role.
That I can see.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that. Yeah, that's a great game, man. Yeah,
Re-Kiwi.
Re-Kiwiing the boys' characters. So
the other ones I had, I didn't know if you know, is Thomas and Mackenzie.
Thomas and Mackenzie's
He's
from,
in like everything.
Yeah.
Oh, Jojo Rabbit stuff. Yeah. And Lucy Lawless.
Lucy Lawless.
She's like, back in the day, she was a Xena warrior.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't think she would be a good one to.
Sure. Maybe like a one of the Soldier Boy era type.
Oh yeah, I can see. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, game number 3. My game number 3 is simply guess the film from the cast. So I've got 5 films here, and you gotta tell me what the film is. So can you guess the film from the cast? So up first we've got Anthony Mackie,
Black Swan.
Evangeline Black Swan.
He's in Black Swan.
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
When?
When they go to like the bar. They
Is
go
he
to a bar.
Yeah. Is he like the bartender?
No, he like they sit down and they like meet these 2 guys or something. He's one of the dudes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure it's him.
Maybe.
And maybe Sebastian Stan? No. I'm pretty sure it's not Black Swan anyway.
He was like Bucky and Falcon just
cameo. That's probably too much. I swear one of them's in it.
Anthony Mackie,
Mm-hmm.
Evangeline Lilly, Hugh Jackman.
Evangeline Lilly. Is it just 3? Okay. Oh wait, no, that's not Hugh Jackman. Real Steel.
That's correct.
Real Steel. My favourites. Because I was like, Anthony Mackie. I was like, wait, Hugh Jackman, Anthony Mackie. He's the like announcer when they go and fight. And then Evangeline Lilly's like his best mate.
Yeah.
Yes. Glad I got that one. I would have been really sad if I didn't.
Up next, we've got Lupita Nyong'o,
Mm-hmm.
Mark Hamill, Pedro Pascal.
I feel like I have seen Lupita Nyong'o. And are these all live action? No, okay, Mark Hamill. Oh, Eli's not the Iron Giant, the Wild Robot.
Yes.
I was like the fucking robot one from the other year that Eli loved. The Wild Robot, yeah. What was Mark Hamill in that? I don't remember.
He was. Who was he? I don't know.
Yeah, I remember Lupita Nyong'o and Pedro Pascal for sure.
Okay, up next we've got Woody Harrelson, Morgan Freeman.
You're trying to bait me here. Now you see me.
Mark Ruffalo.
3.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I had to throw it in.
I thought you were trying to bait me.
I was never gonna let you live it down, bro. If you forgot that,
yeah.
Trolled you.
You should have like. Who else is in that you could have pulled out? Oh, you should have done And Now You See Me 2. The
Daniel Radcliffe.
No, that Asian guy. That's he owns him and his grandma own the Hong Kong magic shop. He's in a lot of stuff as just like a background character. That would have been
Deadpool 2.
Maybe. He would have been a good one to like try, but I was just like, you're trying to bait me here. I didn't believe you would actually be doing it.
Okay, up next we've got Gary Oldman, Kerry Russell, Andy Serkis.
Who's Kerry Russell again? Names.
To be fair, she's voiced she's voiced Wonder Woman quite a lot. It doesn't help you, but she's in The Rise of Skywalker, but she's also masked in The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
It doesn't really help.
Okay, Kerry Mark who's the third one?
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. Gary Oldman. I'm trying to basically go off those 2. Is Gary Oldman in Age of Ultron? No. I feel like you're targeting me as well, maybe with another Now You See Me-esque one. Gary Oldman's in so much. Nah.
That is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's the lady in the film.
Which one's Dawn? That's the first
second one.
Oh, the second one. Right. I've watched the first one the most, I think. That's why I don't want to get Andy Serkis. Oh, yeah, obviously. Yeah. Voice.
There you go. And finally, we've got Chris Pratt, Jonah Hill, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh. I'm thinking like one of Jonah Hill's earlier comedies when he was like not in a... Chris Pratt, Philip Seymour Hoffman. That seems like such a weird pairing. Moneyball's coming to mind, but Chris Pratt's not in that. Lego Batman. Not Lego, the Lego movie. That's not Chris Pratt either, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, at least I didn't get that part wrong. Philip Seymour Hoffman. What sort of like era
2000s.
2000s. Yeah, so it is that like early. Chris Pratt can't be the main one though. If you gave it to me first, I'm thinking, nah.
Well, you should have gone with your gut. It is Moneyball.
Oh, I don't remember.
Chris Pratt plays.
He
one of
is.
the players.
Yeah, fuck, that's right. Where's Philip Seymour? I've only seen that movie once.
Yeah.
Where's Philip Seymour Hoffman?
He's like one of the other manager people. At the
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that once. Obviously, he didn't do the obvious like Brad Pitt, but
Well, there you go.
had that.
There you go. That was Guess the Film from the cast. Thank you so much, Mathew, for coming
Pleasure
over
to have it. I think it's
chatting
only
the boys.
appropriate to have a Kiwi on for this episode.
Yes, it is indeed. Complete the Kiwi trilogy, as they say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to leave your comments down below on what you thought of The Boys Season 5. We'd love to check it out. And we'll catch you very soon in the next episode of the Popcorn Podcast. Cheers.